Hey everyone, Bryan Stahl here. Today we're going to talk about who do you work for in a recession or a non-recession environment. Today we have a 3.7% unemployment roughly. We're not in a recession. The economy's doing great. Everybody's sentiment is they're spending money, they're buying things, they're creating more economy. I'm expanding myself. But I think people miss the biggest question. It's not who you work for in a great economy. It's what company do you work for in a bad economy. Let's talk a little bit of history. In the 70s, there was one or two recessions. In the 80s, there was two. In the 90s, there was a recession. And in 2001 and 08 to 09, there was a recession as well, one of the biggest housing crises that's been out there. You need to do your own research. And if you're in my business, let's talk about my business in particular. Tens and tens of thousands of people lost their jobs in the last recession. Do your research. I'm out there heavily recruiting and expanding, and a lot of times when people respond back to me, they'll say, hey Bryan, I'm happy where I'm at. Thank you, but no thank you. And I say to them, you really need to do some research on the company that you work for and how they treat their people in times of recessions, because they're not privately owned, most of them, and most of them have a very large amount of brass, from CEO, president, vice president, CFO, COO, lots of top heavy money. You guys read about it in the papers and you hear about CEOs making $20 million in the year while they let 10,000 employees go. You have to really think about that. And then you have to look at the economy we're in now. It's kind of like if you look at a map and you see a hurricane in the eye of it, it's calm. It's calm right now. Everybody's seeing the sunshine. It's great. But what goes up will come down. So if you believe in that, there is a recession at some point coming our way. Recessions don't scare me. Recessions actually excite me in terms of there's massive opportunity to happen. And it's because the way we structure our company at Fidelis. It's the way that we plan long before knowing this. See, we're privately owned. We don't have shareholders to report to. So we have a big advantage. And we also have structures that I don't want to scale my company to 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people. I don't really have interest in that. What we're looking for is the right people. My friend David Goggins, Navy SEAL, he expresses it exactly the way I feel. In the military, you have 100 people, 10 shouldn't even be there. 80 are just doing the job that they need to do to survive. 9, they really know how to fight, and 1's a warrior. At Fidelis, we're looking for that 10. We're looking for that 1 to 10 of people that really want to make a career. And some of the things that you can be comfortable with about Fidelis is that when a recession happens, you're not going to lose your job. The last time it happened in 08-09, there's a big newspaper article on us that while other people were firing tens and thousands of people, we let this many go. 0. You know what we did? From an ownership standpoint, we took a massive pay cut. From our people that have been with us for a while, they sacrificed. No one lost their jobs. No one lost their house. No one couldn't pay for their kids' school or their college or their car insurance. Today's the time right now, especially in my industry and any others, you start to think about what kind of company you work for. And the advantages that we have are just simple math and strategy. Simple math is this. Like I said before, we have 0 shareholders. If I want to run this company at 0 profit for 6 months, I can do it. I have no one to answer to. And who I answer to are my teammates and their kids and their family. So I've structured myself that I'm good if that happens. I've set myself up through leverage and strategy that is of a non-issue. And I've created myself with great teammates that support the company tremendously. Like I couldn't do that without them. So I really want you to think about that. Next time if I call you or I shoot you an email and you're in the industry and you are happy now, look at the company you work for and look at their history. Did they lay off tens of thousands of people? Did they cut people's? There's a company right now in today's market that less than a year ago, they told all their operations employees, you're going to lose 20% of your pay. Just like that. And then when the market got super busy, now they work Saturdays. That's not proper planning. That's not proper structure. So we're looking to scale. We have 2 or 3 opportunities right now, right here, that if you're interested and you have literally no experience in the mortgage business, we'll teach you the basics and start you the whole way up in operations side. It's a massive opportunity, and we're in growth mode. We're now in Pennsylvania, we're in Texas, we have another state we're gonna go check out soon, and we're in expansion mode in PA. Remember guys, it's not who you work for when we have a 3.7% unemployment rate. Be careful. I see people out there spending tons of money working for companies that will let you go in a heartbeat the minute profits will not sustain or go up. I'm going to give you one instance of one of my 4 secret techniques of how I can sustain that. I'm going to give you one. So if you come to my office of where I'm at, you'll walk in, you'll say, it's an average looking place, it's a humble looking place. I don't have any overhead because we have rental units, we have other companies that are renting within the building that I own that over the few years cash flows into the green. Most companies are paying thousands to tens of thousands of dollars to rent their space, or most companies may own it and pay it themselves anyway, building the equity. Well, what we've done is we own it, we're building equity, and we're having other people, other companies, other renters pay it. It's not how your office looks. Don't get sucked up into the cognitive biases, the psychology of your mind, of tricking you on things for the right here, right now. So I really wanted to let you guys know, whatever industry you're in, check out the company that you work for now. Check out how they treated people in recessions. Think about where we're at right now. No recession since 08-09. Do you believe another one's coming? It always does. You look at the history. I just went back to the 70s. You can go a lot further back than that. So if you do have any interest in jumping onto a company that cares about their people more than profits, private message us. Thanks. Have a great day.